Horse and Samstrong, 500 to go, and Depraved led by almost a length to Fabiano's Son. 3 lengths away, Dandy Kid, Lady Wild, 1 Raja Lane, and then came Flurry's Gem and Maloo. But Depraved, the favourite on top, coming around the turn. Fabiano's Son is under pressure. Raja Lane starts to run on now, and then Dandy Kid, but Depraved led with Raja Lane, the challenger. Flurry's Gem running on from well back. Depraved headed by Raja Lane. Raja Lane kicked out by 2 or 3. Fabiano's Son, Maloo, Flurry's Gem. But it's Raja Lane, breaks a long drought. Raja Lane first, Maloo might grab second wide out. Flurry's Gem, Fabiano's Son close up, and Depraved wilting on the inside. He pulled too hard early. Dandy Kid didn't produce. Then came Mystic Morse, followed in by Lady Wild and Samstrong last.
Righto, that's a double for Karen McAvoy, who took out the previous on Frangelica, riding for Leon McDonald and Raja Lane, which ducked in badly at the 100, but has still scored a clear-cut win over Maloo and Flurry's Gem. Okay, we're about to head to Eagle Farm. That's the scene. Let's update the market there for race number 3.
This has been
scored by an eyelash from 3 Araloo and Star, 2 Barabella third, 6 ran 4th all gold, second to Dan Bird, and Dorky won the first. Now Speedy Spice about to come forward, and 4 out. 4 to move in, Brasana along with Manelli, Straight Proof and Sabre Guard. So in this very open race, number 5 on the toe to New South Wales, Brasana 5.10, 5.60 for number 2, Quest for Success 5.80 for 3 and 6, Fleecing and Puzzle Book, and best tried on track is Puzzle Book. Resuming today, she normally races well fresh. She's got a good alley. She's barrier trial well. Anyway, time will tell how she goes. Dan Beasley replacing Darryl McClellan. As Straight Proof and Brasana are the last 2 to move up in. Last race was a beauty. Result in doubt until the number went up. Al Masiga, who was beaten a nose last Saturday, made amends by winning by a nose today. Dan Bird, the 1.1 million purchase, took the second of the day. Stephen King and Dorky won the first, the odds-on favourite Corey Brown. So Manelli and rider Glenn Boss have parted company, as Manelli is a little shy of the barrier stalls here. Interesting to see how Fleecing runs. Scored out here on the 16th of November, beating Quest for Success. That was a big improvement on her form this time up. So it'll be interesting to see if she can maintain that. Well, Manelli's there, and now Brasana is walking into the gates. Red light is activated and they'll soon be away. Race 4, second leg of the New South Wales Extra Double. Fleecing and Grace Arack a little edgy. Line is better. They're off this time. Straight Proof slow, and the best to begin, Sabre Guard, joined and headed by Sassy Switch. A length and a half Quest for Success, then Puzzle Book in the middle. On the fence is Fleecing, followed by Speedy Spice, wider out Brasana, then Oh She Said. Manelli well back with Ballykiss and Grace Arack, and Absolute is Straight Proof. Sassy Switch is the leader clearly by the 750, 2.5 Sabre Guard, 3/4 Quest for Success, 2.5 to Puzzle Book, and then Brasana on her outside, a length to Fleecing, and then comes Speedy Spice, passed by Oh She Said in the centre. Over on the rails next is Grace Arack, followed closely by Straight Proof. A length further back, Manelli, and Ballykiss is last. By golly, Speedy Spice has got a huge, or Sassy Switch has got a huge lead, and Sassy Switch comes around the corner and leads about 3 lengths on Quest for Success. A length to Puzzle Book, a length and a half to Brasana, and then Sabre Guard, and the others headed by Oh She Said. It's Sassy Switch at the 200 marker, still about 2.5 lengths clear. The others are having their work cut out, reaching Sassy Switch. Sassy Switch and Corey Brown in front. Oh, she said late, but this is a win for Sassy Switch. Sassy Switch scores from a tidy Oh, she said, with Quest for Success and Puzzle Book between them. Followed home then by Fleecing, A Gap, Brasana, and then came on the outside Straight Proof over on the rails Saberguard, followed then by Ballykiss, a long margin off to Manelli. Speedy Spice was second last and Gracerac was last. 13 the winner, Sassy Switch, ridden by Corey Brown, has been able to score. Showed them a clean pair of heels pretty well all the way. First up from a spell one at Quarindi at a Monday meeting, and this afternoon from near the middle of the lineup she jumped beautifully, and Corey was able to steer her down to the post to comfortably beat Oh She Said, Puzzle Book, and number 2 has run fourth, and that is Quest for Success. There go the numbers now: 13, 10, 6 and 2. Number 13, Sassy Switch, by Switch in Time from Brook Opera, trained and owned by Graham Hill from Tamworth and written by Corey Brown. Number 10, second, Oh She Said, by Strategic from Very Fine, Peter Staunton in Canberra, Chris Muntz. And number 6, third, Puzzle Book.
Well, there we go. Corey Brown, a winning double, and familiar story again in the Jockeys Premiership in Sydney this year, with Beedman, Brown and Muntz now clearing away from the others. There's the result: Morphettville race 4 and Totes 7, 5 and 2. We're standing by for correct weight. Right now though, let's head back to Moonee Valley and Greg Miles.
Favourite Silver Birch, $3.10 on the tote. He's a similar price on track. Spring Warrior is the second total elect, but he has been easy on course. There's been nice support for Roxar out to this distance range for the first time in the preparation. That'll suit him. And then Sir Bollinger. There's Spring Warrior going in now. Kennett to come in. I think the fact this track has been upgraded is going to help Silver Birch. He's had one slow track run here. He was placed, but he didn't really fire as well as he does on top of the ground. Nutcracker now comes in for Matt Pumper. Kieran McAvoy with a double so far today is on Kennett. And on a day when we have the Victorian election, I suppose there's more than a touch of aim about that. Kennett is ready. So Silver Birch and Quencher to complete the line, and we'll have them right to go. Raja Lane won the previous, breaking a long route that stretched back to the Dermody in July of last year for her. Silver Birch 290, Spring Warrior 480, Roxar at 640. He's the best tried in at Roxar. All in, ready to go, 1600. Silver Birch in red and white heart colours. They're away and was one of the first out, in fact, Silver Birch. Sir Bollinger jumped all right with Kennett. Spring Warrior goes on. Banff up there in the orange colours, and Nutcracker wider out, followed by Quencher. Roxar's in behind those from Desktop Lover, Prince Ben Barra. Running to the turn at the 1200 metres though, and Banff runs to a narrow lead, headed by Nutcracker around that turn. Spring Warrior the outside is third. 2 to Quencher outside Silver Birch, a length and a half. Roxar on the outside of Sir Bollinger. 2 to Kennett, Prince Ben Barra, and Desktop Lovers last of all. Near the 1000 metres, and Nutcracker set a good tempo. 2 lengths to Spring Warrior, 1 to Banff the inside, Quencher the outer fourth. 1.5 Silver Birch. Roxar is around him, and then Sir Bollinger, Prince Ben Barra taking off from Kennett, and 2 to Desktop Lover. Round the turn at the 800 metres, Nutcracker steadied up the tempo, led by 3/4. Spring Warrior up second. On the inside, Bant, followed by Quencher. Then Silver Birch fifth on the outside. Around him, Roxar, Prince Ben Barra is going, and then Sir Bollinger held up on the inside of Kennett and Desktop Lover at the 550. The field bunches up now, and Spring Warrior drives into the lead over Nutcracker, Quencher, then Prince Ben Barra. Silver Birch just held up a touch. He's trying for a run and just about getting it, although he's still not quite clear. Next, Banff. Spring Warrior the leader to Nutcracker. Silver Birch getting tightened up just behind them. Prince Ben Barra and Kennett are running on. Spring Warrior the leader in the straight. Kennett is coming down the outside. Prince Ben Barra getting through. Silver Birch trying to lift in the last little bit. He's rallying. Look at this for a win. Silver Birch. Great effort, beating Kennett and Spring Warrior. And then Roxar, Sir Bollinger, Prince Ben Barra, Quencher, Banff, and at the end is Nutcracker and Desktop Lover. Well, you would have just about written him off 150 out. Doesn't he know how to win a race? 280 and 150. He was in heaps of trouble. Mark Pegas was probably almost going to give up at one stage there because he just got boxed in, he got off stride, but when he got level with them, he just won it like a very, very good horse. Canada's run second, number 7, and 5 has run third, Spring Warrior. Beautiful ride by Brett Preble, but not rewarded fully. The horse who had probably the worst luck in the race has still been able to win. 3, 7 and 5. Silver Birch, Kennett and Spring Warrior. That's the run of the day, that horse. He's had 15 starts. He's won 9 times. And he's pulled one out of the fire here. He was in awful trouble. Just got held up for a run badly around the home turn. He kept getting balked by Prince Benbara in the straight. The run just wasn't quite there for him.
Yep, and summed it up beautifully, Greg, there with Silver Birch. 9 wins now from 15 starts. Some trying moments at Rose Hill at the present time. They've just suffered a hailstorm, would you believe? Rain falling at the moment, but they had quite a bit of hail there a few moments ago. And they were quite large chunks of hail too, so not sure whether it's going to present a...
And it's raining reasonably solidly at the moment as the horses move up at the 1100 metres. An open race. The favourite is Abolition, number 2 at $3.40 and $1.50. The best backed in the ring to beat that has been the stablemate Pearly Kings, number 4. Abolition has tended to be a real drifter, and Abolition stablemate Pearly Kings, now gelding, has been the best back runner in the race, and Sir Covet has been very solid. So an interesting race as they start to load in at the 1100. Previous going to Sassy Switch, number 13, beat 10-0, she said, 6 Puzzle Book, and 2 ran 4th. Alma Seeger won the 3rd, number 1, the 2nd to 3, Dan Bird, and Dorky won the 1st. 4 down, 4 to go. Very welcome sight this rain. And Bo Dennis is riderless. Now Bo Dennis walks in, raced by John and Margaret Inglis. Aerial Sport still away, so too is another riderless one, that is River to the Sea. 4 Zulu out behind the line, River to the Sea very cranky. Mukarina, Pearly Kings, Campbell's Run, Quadrangle and Manapura, all still away from the barrier stalls. Rain starting to ease a little as the heavily backed Pearly Kings is coming in now. Darren Beedman riding Pearly Kings for John Hawkes and Jack and Bob Ingham by Quest for Fame from Pinktada. Beautifully bred. As I say, he's now gelding. Black with a cerise cap, Darren sporting. Abolition in the all cerise, Corey Brown. Up comes Manapura. So only Quadrangle and Campbell's Run to complete the line. And on the toe to New South Wales, 380 number 2. Abolition, 420 each of 2, 4 and 5, Pearly Kings and Sir Covet. And on track, further money for Pearly Kings. Abolition continues to blow, and Sir Covet a solid 3rd pick. Rain again starts to fall a little more heavily as the field prepares to jump. They're off, and on the inside, one of the slowest out of the race was Cossack Warrior, and the early leader is going to be on the outside, Campbell's Run. Campbell's Run leads about a length and a half now on Mukarina. A length away in 3rd position, the heavily backed Pearly Kings, followed by Quadrangle. About 2.5 lengths to 4 Zulu, followed by Sir Covet, River to the Sea, and then Abolition, followed by Bo Dennis, a good gap of a length, the Manapura, followed a length and a half further away by Canvas. Over on the inside next is Aerial Sports, and Under Oath back near the tail of the field, with Cossack Reef being 3rd last. Around the corner they travel, Campbell's Run, a length and a half on Pearly Kings in hot pursuit. Quadrangle 3rd, and then comes Mukarina, followed by 4 Zulu, 2 to Sir Covet and Abolition, and the others headed by River to the Sea. But Beedman drives Pearly Kings to the lead at the 200 narrowly from Campbell's Run. 4 Zulu and Mukarina sticking on well. Campbell's Run fighting back on the inside of Pearly Kings, and then Mukarina, Pearly Kings on the outside. It looks like Pearly Kings might have nosed Campbell's Run, but a very tight finish yet again. Mukarina 3rd from Aerial Sports at Abolition, and then came on the inside Quadrangle, 4 Zulu knocked up, and then River to the Sea, Sir Covet, and then came Cossack Reef, a good margin off to Manapura, Canvas, Under Oath, and Bo Dennis at the tail of the field. Photo called for Pearly Kings and Campbell's Run. Well, it looks like the outside horse in a head-bobbing finish here. We'll have a look at this freeze. Yeah, the ground shot, that'll give us a guide. Yep, the ground shot indicates Pearly Kings, and when the ground shot favours the outside, it'll get it. Number 4, Pearly Kings, ridden by Darren Beedman, is by Quest for Fame from Pink Tartar. And there's the number. 4, Pearly Kings is first. Number 12 gets second. That is Campbell's Run, fought on very well. Trained by Wendy Masters, by Lake Coniston, ridden by Leanne Olsen. And number 3, Mukarina, third by Mukadama from Call Me Karina, 3-year-old brown gelding.
Pearly Kings, Darren Beedman, that's his first winner for the day, preventing a real boil over there with Campbell's Run narrowly beaten into second place, and then Mukarina, and that's also a double for John Hawkes. So he pegs one back on Gay Waterhouse in the premiership table. There's now 8.5 wins between the pair.